Well, hello everyone. My name is Picasso, and I am the makeup artist you would want to know. Give or take, roughly, I've been doing makeup now for about 25 years, and I adore it, and I breathe it. And I just want to make sure that I can show the world all that I know with doing makeup. You know, I don't want to take it too far, but yeah, that's it. I want to give love and makeup to the whole world.
Tell us what you do if you're going to do on camera, if you're doing like a movie or something like that. How do you transform the characters?
Well, for the most part, the lights on set, they're hot. So you want to make sure that it is matted the skin. So, but enough to where it's not too much, you know, because the camera picks up everything. But yeah, I got to make sure that all of my clients, everyone is matted before the camera goes on.
What about for events? Something that's going to be live, right? I know you said you're heading out to Essence Fest. Tell us a little bit about that and how you handle that kind of makeup style.
Well, it can be a little challenging because everybody's different, you know, so you got to cater to everyone different. It's not the same for everyone. So you have to make sure, being a skilled makeup artist, you have to make sure the skincare is number one. That's number one. Okay, so once you get that down to a science, then you can just take it from there. You know, so once I get the skincare down with my clients, then it's just pretty much easy breezy after that with the makeup.
And then when you are out, like let's say for an event, when you do skin prep for somebody for a live, tell us how you do that.
Well, first I have to make sure that their skin is clean first. That's number one. And then after that, you know, of course, like I spoke about the skin type, and make sure that I analyze their skin type. And after I do that, and then I go to the correct skin treatment that I'm going to use for them before I start the makeup.
Tell us what you think about some of the trends current on. We know that girls on TikTok are kind of recreating some of this Y2K glow. Are there some products with the Beauty in the City collection you think you can use? And tell us a little bit about how you would approach getting started with the Y2K glow.
I would definitely go for the bronzers, because the bronzers are to die for any complete look, right? The bronzer is always a win. And I also love too the mascara is good, because you want to make sure those lashes are extended out correctly. All right, so everyone can see. And there's one more, and of course the blush. The blush, again, very, very highly pigmented. You just gotta know how much to use, and you gotta know how to move it. But those three things I would definitely incorporate in the Y2K.
Now, can you show us a little bit of the blush?
Yes, I can. Absolutely love these products. Let me show you how beautiful this is. Look how, you guys see that? See how pigmented that is? Hold on.
You're gonna swatch a little for us?
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
You guys see that? Yes. Love, 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 love. So yes, definitely these three products I would definitely incorporate with the Y2K look.
I'm Kathleen. I am a makeup artist. I freelance here in New York City. I've worked at a couple different retail stores with makeup, but primarily I taught myself how to do it. I started when I was about 12 years old. My mom gave me a makeup kit that she had from the 70s, and she doesn't wear makeup, so she said, here you go, I don't know what to do with this, I don't know what to teach you. All I know is don't use blue eyeshadow and red lipstick at the same time. And so I said, I'm gonna do exactly that. And she wasn't telling me what to do makeup-wise, but she just said, this is what I heard from my mother. And when I personally, with makeup, when I'm told what to do, I like to do the opposite. So when somebody says, don't use blue eyeshadow and red lipstick, that's actually, to this day, my favorite combo. So I like kind of breaking the rules a little bit, but not in a way that's going to upset anyone. I'm not doing anything radical over here. I'm just putting some color combos together that people normally say, hey, purple and green looks like Barney. Don't do that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Or red and pink doesn't actually go together, it clashes. I'm gonna do that. So it's taking a natural classic beauty and kind of twisting it on its head with color combos.
So now tell me a little bit about the intersect between dating and makeup, and then your thoughts on dating in New York?
My personal brand of makeup, what I was just talking about with kind of breaking the rules and being a little bit more edgy, really came into play when I was dating a little bit more consistently, because sometimes people would judge me based off of the amount of makeup that I was wearing or the look that I was wearing. And for me, it was just finding that if I felt really cool, if I felt really comfortable, and I really liked the makeup that I was wearing, if the person that I was going on a date with didn't like it, that was an automatic red flag for me. So it kind of helped my dating game a little bit of, if you don't like the creativity that I am showcasing on our first date, then you're probably not gonna like everything else that I have to offer. So makeup to me is a way to express yourself, and the intersection of that and dating is like, it goes really hand in hand of expressing yourself through makeup, and if somebody has anything to say about that, then they're not worth my time.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing, and how you might use some Beauty in the City products for that? And you know, where are you seeing these trends? Are they online? Are they with celebrities? Give us a feel.
Yeah, living in New York City, in a big city, I see things on the street, I see things in my personal life, I'm seeing things online a lot, especially with celebrities that are really in the limelight. You see Selena Gomez, you see Ariana Grande, people using a lot more natural shimmery kind of colors, especially on the eyes, on the cheekbones. Something that we saw trending a lot in 2016 with Kim Kardashian starting the and Kylie Jenner starting the more highlighting makeup trends, but even they have gone down to a little bit more minimal makeup. So what I'm seeing a lot is kind of a resurgence of the 90s trends. So it can go from natural beauty all the way to kind of grunge, eccentric makeup. So some of the products here, we have this shimmer stick in beige lights. That's for the eyes. You can use it on the cheekbones, you can even use it on your lips. So it's a little bit smaller of an applicator that you can really get into the inner corners of the eyes, anywhere really. And then we have an all-over face stick in Millennium. This is more of just an iridescent white glitter stick, and that you can use anywhere on the face, but you can also use it on your collarbones, you can use it on your shoulders. Anywhere that you want to add a little bit more glow and shimmer, it's perfect. Another trend that I'm also seeing is the viral Billie Eilish lips. So she introduced us to her lip care, which is overlining the lips a little bit with a liner and then filling the rest in with gloss. So this lip liner, this lip crayon in Spice is awesome because it's more of like a orangey natural color. It's a little less on the pink tone, which I personally love, because sometimes when my lips are a little bit too pink, it gives a different vibe. So this is more of that like neutral. It can go a little bit of the spicy, edgier girl, or it can be a little bit more natural. So it's really useful for a lot of different looks that you're doing.
So graphic eyeliner can be a hit or miss. It depends on eye shape, right? And when we're playing with graphic eyeliner, it's totally for fun, and it's not necessarily about making your eyes look bigger, brighter. It's just about having a good time. But I always think it's important to not stress yourself out over makeup. So sometimes a super bold graphic eyeliner can freak people out. But let me tell you a little tip. All you need is a little bit of makeup remover and a small angle brush, and you can clean up anything you need to clean up. So I would say don't be afraid to go for it and do it. Because who cares if it's in trend or not? Do it. If you like it, do it. So for a frosted lip, I prefer a warmer tone frosted lip. I feel that it looks best on most skin types. I would start with a nice warm lip liner, and then take a beautiful warmer toned lip gloss or oil. It's made with castor oil, super nourishing. And then just a little bit of this glitter stick, multi-purposeful, right in the center there, which will give that nice reflective glow as well as that frost that we're looking for in a nice frosted lip. So I think we're soft sculpting now, right? No more harsh lines. We want to emphasize all of the small details about our face that really bring us a lot of love and make us super happy. I think a great way to soft sculpt is actually with blush, right? Because we're highlighting and emphasizing that nice cheek structure that we have. And so you can pick either a berry color or a coral color, whatever color excites you and you feel looks best on you. And what I would do is grab a nice fluffy brush. I like one with an angle. And you're gonna take a little bit of blush right here, and you wanna tap, 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 extra tap, tap a little bit on your wrist or palm, and then you'll apply along the cheek area to give you that kind of sculpt and lift. I will say the trend right now is to bring it into the hairline. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to, but just try to sculpt up that cheekbone, and in a way you're creating a natural shadow, right? And so instead of adding that harsh contour line, instead we're just emphasizing the lift of the blush and the warmth of the cheek. So we mentioned soft sculpting, right? And so we're talking about this blush on the cheek. We got the blush on the cheek, so now what are we doing to highlight other areas of the face? And when we highlight those areas, they can look softer, they can look more supple, more plump, which is oftentimes what we're looking for. And so I think most of us know that we want to add glow right onto the cheekbone, but where else do we want to add glow? Right? And so we can accomplish those things with moisturizers, we can accomplish those things with highlighters. Sometimes highlighters can look a little too not skin-like, a little too powdery. So what I tend to recommend are either glowy serums or glowy kind of highlighters and bronzers. And so what I like about this is we can take this and add it to we can add it around the areas of the face to kind of give like a bit of that contour and a bit of that depth. I especially like to add it right underneath the jawline, right, where we want to have a little bit of darkness. And then I also want to highlight with a bit of this highlighting stick along the cheekbone areas. You'll get like a nice pop there, as well as one of my favorite spots, which is actually going to be the Cupid's bow. We're spending all of this time on our lips, right? But we need to make sure that we're highlighting certain areas of our lips so we kind of have those peaks like mountains. So that little spot right there can help define that little W or M shape that you have and add a very like kissable, luminous feature about yourself, which is especially nice for going out on a date. But that would be one of my personal favorite areas to highlight. You could choose to highlight the chin or your forehead or your nose. I would say choose one of those features that is your favorite. If you love the shape of your chin, add a little highlight there. If you love like that little highlighted nose, go for it. But that'll help add the depth back into the face if we're adding the peaks of those mountains back in.